the fact that it has sat in this part of the yard so long that a tree is growing up through the engine. Welcome back to the channel. Freedom One Garage is where you've landed today on your YouTubular adventures. Trailer race season is over for us. We run 2 weeks, 2 fairs, 1 week apart, and I gotta apologize to you guys right now. I haven't had a video out in almost 2 weeks. I'm gonna try this. Today is Sunday the 30th, I believe. We're all done with trailer races, but for this one I got to give you, I think, a belated intro, so bear with us. We're gonna start slamming some videos your way. We've got we've got Corvette stuff, I think we've got some Mustang stuff, we've got project stuff, repair stuff, all kinds of good goodies for you coming. What you're gonna watch now is some of our preparation that we do for trailer races, getting the old Freedom One back up to snuff. I will tell you that it ran both weeks, and week 1 in Hall County, Nebraska, we got poked in the transmission cooler, and Jalen literally burnt up the transmission. And so that's part of the reason why we didn't have video out, is we spent the week pulling a used transmission out of the junkyard, installing it back in a week, and a door, and making some other changes, and then showing up for the show in Hamilton County last night, the 29th. So we also had a good showing there, but for now, enjoy the video. This is us getting ready for trailer races. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, bell, all that good stuff. Help us with the analytics and the, what do they call them, the algorithms, those things. International's all parked up for now, and it's gonna stay that way for a while because it's officially race / demolition derby season. And by that I mean I got less than 2 weeks to get Freedom One and the trailer ready for our first trailer race. And if y'all don't know what that is, go back and look at the old videos. I'll put them up here. It's like a demolition derby where you don't really hit each, well, you're not supposed to hit each other's cars, but you knock trailers off of each other's cars. You go in a big circle and beat on each other. So this is our rig, of course. You know this by now. Hopefully you've been following along. We got the hood off because, well, I don't know why we took it off. It's just kind of assess. We got issues though. This is what you call the core support right here. And when you look at it this way, it's supposed to be like out here ways, and it's been smushed up against the engine. Now radiator's not leaking at the moment, but we got to do something with this. This is our number 1 concern. Number 2 concern is in the hitch in the back, and there might be a number 3 in that I can't get the thing to start. But anywho, we went to the U-Pull-It and we thought, well, we'll just get a new core support. This one we pulled out a couple times, only to learn that these are welded to the entire front inner structure of the car. So what that means is if you cut this off to get a new, stronger core support, you lose the strength in your corners. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out again. This year there's been a little bit of change to the ruling, and we can come up off the bumper a total of 6 inches with a guard, with a radiator guard. So we're going to take every bit of that 6 and see if we can't provide ourselves with a little bit of protection, but we're probably still going to have, you know, some up and unders and have to deal with that core support as well. But we'll get it pulled out and go from there. Now otherwise, you know, mostly cosmetic. We did get a new hood. Jalen put a fresh coat of blue paint on it. This is all gonna buff, aka sledgehammer. The rest, I mean, the driver's side looking fresh. I used when I go back and watch the tree work video, I used the back of Freedom 1 here to tidy up the tree pile, and that caused a little bit of, you know, compaction here. So we'll pull that out. We got to straighten this out. We got to tidy this up for our lost brother in blue. And then, you know, sledgehammer chain, 2x4 tree, whatever it takes there. I skipped the other major part, and that is our hitch. You have to use a 2-inch ball in the rules, and ours is all, you know, welded macated in there. But our hitch, we thought the receiver bent. It did not. The hitch, this thick piece of metal here, bent. So that was a Harbor Freight buy. We won't be having another Harbor Freight buy, just so you know. Certain things you should, certain things you should not buy at the freight harbor. So anyway, this has been on the charger for a little bit. I'm on my 3rd battery to try and get it to crank fast enough to fire. And the 2nd battery I tried is sitting on the floor of the garage for months, and, you know, lit up a test light, and that's about it. So yeah, we went in and did a little paperwork, left her on the 10 amp setting. Maybe we can get it to fire without battery number 3. Let's go. There we go. And well, that's just exactly how we left it. Son of a biscuit. 200. We're gonna go get battery number 3 out of the International, the binder truck. That it made it to the car show and started there. So let's try that one. Okay, battery number 3. There we go. Good as new. Ignore the fact that it has sat in this part of the yard so long that a tree is growing up through the engine. Sounds good though. We'll roll her into the shop where it's shady. It's getting hot out here. We got the voltages, we've got the oil pressures. It's cold right now. Got a little over half a tank of gas. That's, you know, between 2 and 3 years old. I guess every year we put like a bottle and a half of additive octane booster. We'll put some more of that in. It certainly can't hurt. Anyway, let's overdrive off. Oh, my door's ajar. It must be the back one from tidying up the tree pile. Pulled her tree out. I got a high idle issue. That's weird. Okay. We still got the door dinger working. Yeah, that's got some air. We definitely have a front end alignment issue that we care nothing about. Yeah, otherwise running driving. Oh, the tree sucked itself out. So yeah, I don't know, what do you guys want to do first? Attack the front, attack the hitch? We should probably see about cutting this hitch off sooner than later. It ain't gonna be any fun. Not at all. But it needs to come out of there. That's what we needed. I didn't realize this is... Oh, my bumper broken. Oh no, it just came loose. Ha! Okay. Well, we can tighten it. That's no problem. Yeah. It just came really loose, probably from, you know, people running into it. We got a little bit to grind down here. We'll go get the grinder, and then we can punch out the center, and we're not too bad a shape at that point. Old bolt seen some stuff. There we go. Ha-ha! This is off the Jeep. We aren't going to use that. We're going to go probably spend a little more money than, you know, Harbor Freight level budget, because now the ball seemed to hold up okay on the Harbor Freight, but see here, this should be even with this angle here. This whole, you know, this piece, it bent up. And that's thick metal. It should take a lot to do that. So, and it did not bend our receiver hitch, which is tubing and thinner stuff. So that's side by side how much bendage we got out of that Harbor Freight receiver. So no bueno. We'll get something better. All right, we're moving on. We got bumper bolts tightened. But anyway, we're going to move on to body work. And we want this, you know, like not a Barrett Jackson look down the side of the car and, you know, see the world in its reflection. But we do, like, we got a little carried away here. It's pretty well bunged up. I think we're going to try to pull this out once Jalen's around. But for right now, he's at his job where they actually pay him. So I'm doing this by myself. Here's what we've got rigged up. We had a whole bunch of expanding foam in here, and I cut it all out. We can reach the back side of the dents here, and then there's some behind this, I don't know, body control module or whatever it is. I left it in. I don't know what it does. All through here. But we've got her rigged up so it's at the right level, and we got a handy dandy 2x4 right there. So we're aiming here for right now, and I'm gonna go over there on that end of the 2x4 and hit it with a 12-pound sledgehammer, and you guys are gonna sit on the tripod and tell me if I'm doing anything good at all. Yell loud, because I'm turning the fan back on. It's hot in here. Here we go. Doesn't look too bad from this Oh, okay. Okay, might have been a little rambunctious there, but we got her. Then we got to move that module, and we're going to work that way, and then we'll come back here. Ooh, that was a good one. All right, now I'm not too bad a shape through here. Give that one more. Yeah, I better stop. Then we just do that. That looks pretty good. We'll try and get some of this crease out in through here. This piece of somebody else's tire right there. I think we're gonna leave on that. All right, let's get you up to speed here. We're out of the shop and we're in the ditch. We got Freedom 1 down in the ditch, and we've got the F-250 Super Duty up on the driveway. Reason being, we're pulling out this core support. We took the top 2 bolts out so we wouldn't rip the radiator in half doing it. So it's just chilling right there. We pulled here first, and it's probably actually right about right. This is still back a little bit. This should be, here's our line right down there. So we're all right there. We're still back right in this area. And this corner is pulling a little harder because we've got this kink in this fender. In order for this to come forward, that's got to get kind of straight. We're gonna do a little bit of this. We got to try and get this core support somewhat straight so then we can make a plan on how to make it last. In the meantime, enjoy the redneckery. Things have escalated, but we found the problem. We got pushed back so hard that it bent this, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's part of the whole frame. So we got to somehow try and pull that forward. Okay, so the plan. This is weak metal right here. Big crease. Folded, creased. All this is just going to keep squishing up like this unless we can get it flat and try to give it some strength back. So we're going to try to pull on this corner here, take this as straight as we can. The outside fender is just tin, so it's no big deal, but we got to try and get this halfway straight so we can beat some strength back into it, I think. Hi, Mackie. Oh boy. We're moving the car, folks. Excuse me. What's crooked? Almost straight. Lesson 1. This has no bueno because it's a little bit smashed and we need it to be strong, but it's not going to be strong if it's smashed. It's going to collapse on itself. That's not very convenient for us. This is starting to tear. This is tearing. This is difficult. Oh my gosh. This little triangular system, I think, probably gave it a lot of strength, but it is smashed. Next day alert. Here's where we're at. Beat out this side. It's as good as it's going to get. We pulled the core support out. It's as good as it gets. We beat out this side. We actually took this fender off, and I think we'll go ahead and take the other side off. It's only like 6 bolts and it comes right off. Beat this side out. It's, yeah, you guessed it, as good as it gets. We got a little bit of, we got to tug this guy out, and we got to figure out if we're going to use part of this, all of this, every year. It's fiberglass, so it just breaks instead of bending. We still got to vacuum and blow out all the debris from sitting all fall, winter, and spring. But otherwise, on the back end, we tighten up the bumper. It's, you know, as good as it gets. We do need to, we're going to try and pull this out and make this a shape again. I don't know what shape, but some sort of shape. Otherwise, down here is just going to be this ugly. And we, of course, cut out our old hitch, and it's ready for new beef. So as far as, you know, body work, I mean, we got some paint touch up to do, but this rig in pretty decent shape. So we moved on, and I drug the trailer out. So we'll start here on the front. We're gonna have to change the date. The portalet, it's, I mean, it looks bad, but it'll straighten out for at least one run. This side of the trailer, of course, we got a goofed up tire. I think the rim will live. We got to clean it up. We'll pull that little bit down there out, but this side probably not gonna hardly touch. The back, the bumper is done. And then we get to this side. Yowzers, gals and guys. This is legitimate damage. This is pushed in. I mean, here's the axle. We're supposed to be, the bed used to be here, and we're pushed all the way in against the portalet. That's the only thing that probably kept the top half of this in the trailer. So I have one full-size spare installed. I've got another one over there under the small shed awning. We'll get that on this side, and then we're going to pull it around to the painting tree, and the painting tree is going to be our bodywork tree for the trailer. We got updates, and once again I'm hustling because sun's going down, and we're working outside because we're playing tug of war between the Super Duty and a dead pine tree, if you can imagine us doing that. We're pulling out the side of the trailer, and we've already done this once. I wanted to make sure it worked before, you know, I showed it off on the videos. But Jalen brought home 2 of these. This is the larger of the 2. It's 3/4 inch plate steel, and we got a 7/8 inch hole drilled in the center I think we've got an 8-inch, and then we've got a 6-inch. And what we're doing is right here, if you look in the O, we drilled a hole through both inner and outer fender, and then we put the little 6-inch plate in here, and we pulled with the Super Duty. So now we're down here by what used to be the fuel fill, and we're going to give that a tug. But just with one tug, all that fender was folded over totally against the porta potty. So we made huge gains already. We're going to pull here, and then we might come up here and pull here, and then we're going to pull in the middle, and then back there we'll pull once or twice. But this is going to get us halfway straight to where we can do the rest probably with a big honking hammer. Get you some close-up live action here. We got our next hole drilled. There's the setup through the R, through the stake pocket, and we got an 8-inch round 3/4 inch plate on the back. See what that does. We might have to stop there on that one. It's just next day alert. Actually, I think it's been 2 days. Here's where we're at. Pretty happy with the tow rig. Now, I think what I told you was we were going to do a core support. Figured out it's all tied into the whole front, you know, body of the car, of the Explorer, with tack welds and spot welds and whatever else. So we went away from that. We did get this band pulled out a little bit, and we got this straight here, so we can put our fender back on. Everything's kind of straightish. We'll put the hood back on, and then we need to, tomorrow, which is Saturday, we're gonna go and we're gonna add a hoop, a little protection. We can go 6 inches from the top of the bumper with a hoop, and then we're gonna tie that with some legs down to the frame, just so it's a little sturdier. We've got wheels and tires, I think, are kind of sorted out. Jalen worked on that last night. Otherwise, we beat out what we're gonna beat out. Now it's just touch-up paint and that kind of thing. We might try to pull out a little bit on this corner yet. We're happy with the hitch, happy with the bumper, and we've got a plan for how we're going to attach the trailer and the chains. So that's all good. This side looks even more marvelous, and it's ready to rock. And then we've got the old, you know, the seat cushion. I thought of this, was my idea, guys and gals, and I haven't patented it yet, but you know, you can still get to the flipper handle for when the door's not chained shut, and then you can just kind of lean on it, and just a little bit of padding there. Yeah, that's the tow rig. Now the trailer, boy, and this is why you haven't gotten an update in a day, because we just been beating and banging and pulling on this thing. We've got our valve stem protectors welded on our wheels. This wheel and tire combo is complete. We're running the car size tires on the truck steel wheels, and then on the flat rims we got about 1.5 inches of clearance between the ground and the center section, so we can still kind of drag the thing around even if both tires are flat, or when both tires are flat. So yeah, we've been beating and banging on this thing. I got a little excited with the pull plate here. This is my fault. It came out too far. But this is the bad side. This, you turn left in these races, and this is the side that takes most of the beating. So a little worse for wear, but we got her pulled out, so it's kind of sort of flat. My pit crew that built this trailer originally, oh my gosh, this front end's been just bulletproof, I'm telling you. And then yeah, passenger side, look at that, almost straight as an arrow if the arrow's crooked. We did even pull up this corner just a little bit, and then we're going to touch up paint. And we got one more little sponsor to go here, and then we got another sponsor sticker to go somewhere. Now, we had a couple conundrums. We had a couple issues with the trailer, and one we haven't fixed yet. This pack of leaf springs over here, see how the bottom leaves have spun a little bit? I don't know what causes that other than a violent collision with something, but we got to straighten those leaves out. And then our bumper, you know, this is a 3/4 ton Ford bumper, and there's not a lot of beef to them because they put receivers in these trucks, but it just got mangled. We don't have any more 3/4 ton bumpers around here, and the source of our last 2 pickup boxes and last 2 bumpers, an original owner of donor truck bed truck, we ran him out. His supply is no longer a supply. But Jalen's had this brick nose OBS Ford front bumper. He's been trying to pawn it off on somebody on Marketplace for next to nothing for a while. It's got a tweak here, and it doesn't really show that bad. It's really a fairly decent bumper, but it's the front bumper off of off of his truck, the 88. And we're putting a different style bumper on that. So he was trying to sell it, and I said, you know what, let's go do some measuring. Just so happens, if you take the 2 mounting brackets for the 88 F-150 front bumper and slide them in, they're adjustable under here. See the slots right there? You slide them in all the way, both of them. It just so happens it's a 1/2 inch wider than the frame rail on the F-250 Super Duty donor frame box thing. So a 1/2 inch is 2/4 inches. So we got under there, kind of lined everything up roughly. Here's our cardboard template of the mounting plate that's gonna go up in here. Hang on. 2 bolts to mount it to the pickup frame, and then you got these slider adjusters here, and we're gonna come in with some bracketries that look, that look a little something like that. And we'll get those 2 bolts, and then we'll probably add one. That's what this dot's for. We're gonna add one through the receiver hitch, and then we're gonna do 3 in these slots here, and this will be 1/4 inch plate. So we're in the process of making these now, and then this will be installed just as you see it. Let's cut out, I've got one of these plates cut out. It's sitting over here. We're using the Plasmar T45. We'll get the other one cut out, and we'll make these plates up and mark this off of our to-do list. Oh, one more thing I forgot, another update for you, and I just walked around it 18 times. We rebuilt the Porta-John. Yeah, this is the same one, gals and guys. It's the same one that Amanda Hurd rode in last year. We even got the door back on. So it's pretty much as good as it's going to get, and good enough for what we need. So some of the paint job will change because we have decided on our special guest for 2023. It's a surprise. It will not be Amber, it'll be somebody new. All right, let's get this plate cut out and keep moving here. we got her. You know, we skipped past the whole drilling holes and bolting up thing, but we will show you. It turned out pretty good, and it's going to be pretty darn strong, actually. Pardon the noise. It's getting warm, and I got the fan going. But there's our massive plates on each side. We got 2 bolts to the frame, 1 bolt through the receiver hitch, and 3 bolts into the bumper mount on each side. More than likely what these corners will bend in right here and on the outside of that frame rail. So what we're talking about is right about here is likely this whole corner is going to bend in. And one concern with this configuration, like, this is a hook hazard, and by that I mean you don't want somebody coming in with the front of their vehicle and their bumper and hooking here and then not being able to let go. We might back this up to a tree stump or some other hard object, and we might pre-bend this corner. Just bring this in and start to get that crush, so it'll be less likely to hook. But anyway, bumper's on. I went ahead and hefted the portable toilet into the back. It's bolted down. I'm gonna get this out of here right now, and we're gonna do a little bit more to the Explorer, Freedom 1. Gals and guys, I'm telling you what, we have been just jamming on this thing. Yeah, we're just too crammed for time to, you know, walk you through step by step, but we're getting there. We're both kind of wore out. It's Sunday before Saturday, so we got 6 days. If we get tore up pretty good in Hall County, we got less than a week to redo all this. And now we do have, you know, a little pickup box trailer we picked up. That's just in case plan C. And on the other side of the building, there's whole nother Ford Exploder over there. But love Exploders. Yeah, to take it from streetcar to this, it's
a process.
Could be one of those weeks. But anyway, we've got new hitch in, all welded up, pretty beefy. We've been doing some touch-up paint. We still got some freelance decoration to go on. We gained a sponsor right here, TC Machine in Phillips, Nebraska. Really good people. They make some incredible ag equipment there. Yeah, we're gonna touch up the white. We've been touching up the red, so there's some overspray and stuff. But we've got our little bar legal on there, beefing up the front just a little bit. And then this is not structure, but we've got a mesh grill painting over there that we painted blue. That'll go on there. We've got to put our angry eyes and our dog tongue on the front, but we're getting really close. Jalen painted our new hood blue
for the second time.
Yeah, twice now, because I brought the wrong paint the first time. But this is the driver's side, and of course this is the side that took more damage last time. But you know, all in all, not bad. America, thank you very much. America, nice night, no breeze, almost too little breeze. Need a new flag too, that one's getting rough. But anything you gotta add?
I don't know, should be fun. It's gonna be a busy week next week.
That's your wheel man right there.
Yeah.
So he's excited. We're excited.